Hey there, and welcome to CBD and Essential Oil Talk Radio with Marc and Nikki. If you're looking for real information about how CBD and essential oils can have a positive impact on your life, you're in the right place. Coming up on today's show, Nikki's going to talk a little bit about a this cracks me up, a homemade windshield washer fluid. Okay, I don't know why Nikki's coming up with that, but I guess we'll hear about that in a minute. I will look at an ongoing CDC investigation into vape-related illnesses and deaths. Okay, there's a lot of hype around this. I want to dig into that a little bit, see what's going on. Nikki's going to have a story about solving problems with peppermint, being social problems and, just out there being a friend. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about CBD infused sportswear. What? Yeah, this is a real thing. So anyway, what do you got?
So hello, welcome to the show. With the little rain showers popping up all over, I thought our listeners might find this recipe very helpful. So I came up with this idea all by myself. So I thought, right? But it was already on the internet.
Of course, everything's on the internet. Yeah.
So this is a homemade windshield washer fluid. So you take 1 gallon container. So let's just say like an empty vinegar bottle. That would work really great. You're going to need a funnel. Okay. You're going to take 2 cups of rubbing alcohol, not real alcohol, 1 cup of white vinegar, and then 3 quarts of water. You're going to add 2 tablespoons of liquid soap. So this is where your Thieves household cleaner comes in. So it's non-toxic. So that's pretty cool. Then it says, this is for some people, not me, 5 drops of blue food coloring. There's a reason for that. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Then you're going to add 10 to 20 drops of essential oils. Now, I choose the Citrus Fresh because it's a great adding cleaner bonus, right? We know Citrus Fresh or something in the citrus field would actually be good for that. So you put everything together. You're going to shake it up. Distilled vinegar has a slightly lower freezing point than water. That's why you're going to use distilled vinegar.
Gotcha.
So it's not going to freeze in the winter. Not like anything's really going to freeze around where we live, but it's a great solvent. The liquid soap, that actually gives extra power for getting off stuck bugs and grime. Like you're not going to put it and you're getting bubbles and suds all over your windshield. It actually works really well. And then the option for essential oils, I choose this because there's a lot of chemicals in the windshield washer fluid. And have you ever you squirt and it goes all over and you're like, you can smell it in the car. Well, this way you don't smell it. You're going to smell this burst of citrus like, oh, wow, that smells really nice. So why do people add blue food coloring?
So you don't drink it?
Oh, it's Kool-Aid. No, it's because when you look under the hood, you want to know that you're...
Oh, your level.
You want to know your level and you want to know you're replacing it in the right reservoir, right? Because you would hate to put that in where your oil goes. So one time I was changing the oil in my car. I put oil in the windshield wiper fluid. I mean, that's what happened. I was like, well, I don't know. It just said, there was a cap and I took it off and I put the oil in there.
Wow.
But this way you don't want to mix it up. So anyway, blue food coloring is just the option. It's really not the healthiest way. But I just thought that was pretty cool that if you're out of windshield washer fluid, just go make it yourself. Those are normal household. Everybody has rubbing alcohol and vinegar in the house. It's simple.
But I got to ask, so what happened with the vehicle that you put the fluid in the wrong?
Well, I found out right away. My brother's like, oh, no, he pulled, I guess it has like this little rubber hose to it. And he pulled it right away and just let it all come out.
Okay.
And then we removed it and washed it out. I didn't start the car or anything.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because that could have been really, really bad.
And the windshield wiper's like, just black oil. Can you imagine?
Oh, yes.
It was 10W30. I will never forget that.
How fun.
Yeah. So there you go, guys who are listening. I know we got a lot of guys listening. That's a total guy recipe.
It could be, yeah.
You laughed at it, but I was doing it for you, man.
Yeah. For the guys that want to go toxin-free, it's quite the thing. All right, so let's talk a little bit about our sponsor for today's show. The San Antonio Empowerment Council has a couple of events coming up. So on Thursday, September 26th at 7 o'clock here in the San Antonio area, they have a CBD business opportunity meeting. Of course, it's a great time to get into the CBD business as a part-time or even as a full-time gig. Using Young Living, of course, that they're a solid company with a long track record as a leader in the plant oil industry. Of course, they have their own hemp farm, right? So we know the source of their product really good. In fact, I don't know if you know this or not, but it's one of the oldest organic hemp farms in the United States.
I love hearing that.
Yeah, me
I love
too.
being part of that.
So then on Saturday, November 2nd, they have a huge CBD and essential oil rally going on here in San Antonio. The keynote speaker is going to be Sherry Ross, who's a Young Living Royal Crown Diamond. Tons of experience when it comes to essential oils and now CBD as well. She's going to be talking about the magic, mystery, and miracles of essential oils. We're also going to have the Young Living Senior Manager of Health Sciences and Product Safety, Clell Flowels. He's a pharmacist, at least used to be a pharmacist. He'll be talking about CBD. He's one of the main guys who worked with Nature's Ultra to integrate Young Living's oils into their products. For more information and details on these events and others, visit saecevents.com. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So apparently people are having all kind of problems there as far as vaping goes, right? So, and some of this I think is valid, and some of it I think is just hype, and I'll explain here in a little bit. So Business Insider is reporting that the CDC recently announced that they are investigating 450 possible cases of vape-related illnesses that have been reported in 33 states. 5 of these cases have apparently resulted in deaths, and there's a concern that more deaths are possible. But what's interesting is that they aren't clear on what exactly is causing the illnesses. I would say that there's got to be some kind of toxicity connection there, right?
It's going right into the lung.
Yep.
And it's sticking. Those little, whatever it is, stick to the bronchioles, the bronchi.
Maybe so, but
there.
it's confounding them for whatever reason. But so what's interesting, too, is that they seem to affect younger men who are vaping cannabinoids such as THC, right? Some experts are blaming chemicals such as vitamin E acetate that are used to emulsify THC and CBD in illegal, unregulated vaporizers. So they're kind of going after, apparently, there's a classification of illegal or unregulated vaporizers. I don't even know that much about that industry, but apparently the FDA is calling this a top priority, right? Yeah. So whenever the FDA says something is a top priority, that to me is a red flag. Seriously, because you're talking about how many people died from tobacco and all. Is it a top priority with them and all?
They just want to make the money. Sorry, but that's what I see.
Well, I definitely, I have my opinions about the FDA, and everybody has, opinions about that. But they do good work, but some of it to me is suspect. So, but I got to say, this is highly suspicious to me. Okay, I'm not a fan of vaping. I don't vape. I don't advocate it even for CBD. But I know the pharmaceutical companies are dumping tons of money into creating drugs out of CBD, and their tactics have traditionally been to demonize natural alternatives to what they're putting out there. So there's a lot. The pharmaceutical companies have a lot of money, so if there's something that's even just a little bit that they can grab onto and make this a top priority issue, then that to me is problematic, because there's lots of people out there vaping. They're everywhere, right? And I would say
everywhere.
They're talking about, okay, so is you mostly younger men? Well, I'm saying that probably most of the younger men are doing the vaping, right?
Yes.
I bet if you got some numbers on that, that's probably what you would find. But so you're talking about 5 deaths. And of course, again, if you're inhaling toxic stuff, chemical stuff that your body doesn't understand or that's adverse to your immune system, your respiratory system, so forth, that's a bad thing to do in the first place. But apparently there's better ways to do it, and really I'm not sure the details on that. But I would say that use your head when it comes to, if you're going to get into vaping, make good decisions about the ingredients that are being used.
It's all up to sourcing.
Yeah, for vaping. And don't be influenced about the hype that's going on out there. Okay, so there's a war going on out there over CBD between the pharmaceutical companies and the alternative or plant-based alternatives to prescription drugs. My guess is that the pharmaceutical companies are applying a great amount of pressure on lawmakers to regulate the heck out of the CBD industry, which will be a major money maker for the foreseeable future. So that's kind of my take on this whole vaping thing and what's going on. I think there's a lot of hype around it. There's some relevance there, but just don't get caught up in the hype. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you. Peer pressure too. Well, my friend's doing it. I'm going to do it. Don't do it. All right. So let's talk about what happened just the other day. First, I love putting peppermint oil in my coffee or my tea, right? But sometimes it's just too spicy or it gets hot. It's on my lips. My lips are burning. So instead of putting it right into the cup, I added it to the wooden stirrer of the coffee shop, right? I let it sit there for about 30, 45 seconds, and then I stirred my coffee. And I had this amazing, wonderful flavor in my coffee, and it wasn't too powerful. And it wasn't, at the top of the coffee cup. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes the oils will sit there.
Yeah, they will.
Stir them. So I thought that was a pretty cool tip for all you people using oil in your drinks. You can try that if they're too spicy for you. So I met this woman there at the coffee shop, and we started talking, and she mentioned right away, she's like, you know what? I have a headache. I have a headache. Do you have an oil for that? And I said, well, I do carry a few essential oils with me.
Yeah, just a couple.
Just a few, 30, 40, something like that. So I asked if she was interested in an all-natural remedy that some people swear by. And she's like, yes, tell me more. Tell me. So I said, okay. Busted out peppermint oil.
Sure.
She put in just one drop in her palm, and I asked her to breathe it in really deep into her nose. So she did that 3 times. She's like, wow, that's doing something. Like, it's really opening up my sinuses, my passageways. I feel different. I was like, okay, put one more drop on the back of your neck. And that's all we did. And we sat there and we started talking about insurance. She sells insurance. She was meeting a friend of mine there, which I was there with already. And within 3 or 4 minutes, she's like, that stuff works.
Wow.
I was like, it does, right? She goes, what's the story? How do I get this? So, I gave her my information. I said, let's talk later this week. I sent her some stuff through a text, a link. And then she texted me. She goes, can you meet Friday? And I said, yeah. Why don't you come see me? So she's going to come see me out at the farmer's market on Friday. So I thought that was pretty cool. Just being there at the right time, the right place, meeting someone new. And I was able to offer something, just an everyday, something that I have on hand to help her. And she was like, man, this really works. Now, I'll be honest. I've maybe had, 2 headaches in 2 years. The headache thing doesn't happen to me very often. And when I've used peppermint oil for any discomfort I have in the head, it goes away very quickly.
Wow. All right, cool. Well, I've had a lot of experience with peppermint as well. And, of course, it's got a long history with digestive system and stuff like that. And people do swear by it as far as, relieving some discomfort in their head. Yeah. So, I'm not gonna take away from that.
Yeah, and then I kicked her in the leg. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, I got something for that, too.
That old thing where it's like, my head hurts. Well, step on your foot. It won't hurt anymore.
All right, so short commercial break. I'm actually going to run a little bit of music while I do this here. So if you're interested in learning about CBD and essential oils for yourself, your family, your pets, you owe it to yourself to learn about Young Living. Young Living's Nature's Ultra CBD is a premium CBD product that you can trust. We trust it. You can trust it too. Young Living has been producing the very best plant oils for over 25 years. And they have their own farms that adhere to organic and sustainable practices that set the standard for the entire industry. And they've been doing that for over 25 years. If quality matters to you, Young Living products are worth the money. So if you'd like to learn more about that, reach out to Nikki or myself at nikki@eotalkradio.com or Marc at eotalkradio.com. We'll make sure that you get the best information you need to start your journey into an essential oil and CBD oil infused lifestyle. Now, if you're looking to start a home-based business with CBD, essential oils or both, Young Living is, again, the hands down the most established and reputable company out there to do that. You don't want to have to build a network of customers more than once.
Right. Because what if your company goes out of business?
Exactly right. And most of them do go out of business, especially in the network marketing industry. They go out of business within just a few years. So Young Living is a multi-billion-dollar company that will continue to be the industry leader in the CBD and plant oil businesses. So reach out to us if you're interested in getting started with any of that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about CBD infused sportswear.
That has me like, what?
Right. So a lot of questions. So when I first saw this article, a lot of questions popped into my head. I'm like, wait a second, All right. So it was a cool article. So a New York-based women's activewear company named Akabata, I think I'm saying it right, is using microencapsulation to infuse CBD into sportswear, including leggings, jumpsuits, shrugs, and even sports bras.
Yes. Give me more.
You've seen that emoji or whatever. It's like, take my money. He's got take my money right now.
Yeah.
So apparently, skin friction and muscle movement causes the CBD to be released and absorbed into the skin. So how long does it last? Right. That was my first question. I was like, wait a second, because I know there's got to be only a certain amount.
Laundry room.
Right. Well, actually, I don't know the answer to that. So what happens when you wash it? Well, actually, no, I have it in my notes here. You're getting ahead of me.
Slow down.
That's that ADHD. So how long does it last? So according to Akabata, their garments continue to contain CBD for up to 40 washes. Okay. After that, it's just normal activewear that you can return it for upcycling. It's like a trade-in or.
Wow.
I'm not really sure how that works. But
if only they did that with chocolate bars. I didn't really like it.
Yeah. So here's the wrapper. Can you
imagine? That didn't work for me. I need my money back.
You know what? I'll bet kids try that.
I'll buy 2 more.
Mom, all I got's the wrapper left. I didn't really like it. Have you ever done that at a restaurant, right? You're like,
yes, halfway
you
through.
have like one bite left and you're like, I didn't really like this. Can I get something else? So apparently Akabata is claiming that the quote, recovery starts from the moment you get dressed by helping to fight soreness and promote healing before the first squat, lunge, or crunch.
Oh, wow.
So is this something you think you would get, or?
No.
I don't need a sports bra, and I don't wear leggings.
I would. Okay, so the idea of the sports bra is intriguing, not just for workout, but for like certain times of the month. I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes the girls are not happy. There's a little soreness there.
Okay.
Right?
Just from normal activity?
Just from breathing, yes.
Okay.
It happens. Just from being alive, it happens. So if that were to take care of that, that would be pretty awesome. But you just gave me a great idea. So
what's that?
Well, I can't say it right now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, what if I mix CBD and Copaiba in my hand and then, I don't know. Next.
So it's definitely worth checking out. So that company is Acabada. It's Acabada. Check it out. I think that's interesting.
It's interesting. And you know what? It's clever and creative, and I love it. Good. You go, guys. That's awesome. Girls, that's awesome.
All right. So that's our show for this, this show, because we're doing a couple a week now. We hope you guys like that. A little bit of extra, podcasting information coming your way. So if you like that, let us know. Send us an email. Tell us how much you like the show or what you'd like to see on it. We value your feedback. If you've got recipes or other ideas or something you want to share, we like that as well. Don't forget to watch our live broadcast that we do on Tuesdays right around 11 a.m. We get a little bit of flexibility because we're our own business owners, but right around 11 a.m. Central Time, we broadcast live on our Facebook. So you can find us on Facebook at the @ EO Talk Radio. So check us out. Until then, you guys have a great week, and we'll see you again soon.
Yep. Take care, guys.